Hi, we are Team FinTrack, and for this sprint, we expanded our existing login and sign up functionality by introducing custom categories and budgeting features. Each user can now create personalized categories, assign a budget to each category, and record transactions tied to those categories. We carefully handled the logic for updating category budgets whenever a transaction is added or modified, ensuring consistency. We validated these new capabilities through comprehensive unit tests, reinforcing the stability and reliability of our application. Coming to my part, in Sprint 2, I worked on implementing the budget and category management APIs. For budgets, I developed endpoints to create, update, fetch, and delete budgets, ensuring that the remaining amount updates correctly when the transactions change. I also implemented validations to prevent overlapping budgets and enforced JWT authentication to secure these operations. For categories, I created APIs to add, fetch, and delete categories, ensuring that duplicate categories are handled properly. When a category is deleted, its associate transactions are not removed, but are instead labeled as uncategorized category to maintain data integrity. Additionally, I ensured that soft deletes work correctly for both budgets and categories, preventing accidental data loss. Gopi, can you tell what you worked on for this project, for this sprint?
Oh yeah. So in Sprint 2, I focused on transaction management, authentication testing, and API validation to ensure a secure and reliable backend. So for the transactions, I implemented API endpoints to create, update, fetch, and delete transactions. And these endpoints ensure that each transaction correctly updates its associated budget and can be linked to a category or remain uncategorized if no category is selected. And I also enforced soft delete functionality to maintain data integrity while allowing transaction recovery. And so for testing, I developed unit test cases. So for the transaction management, covering scenarios like valid and invalid transactions, updates, deletions, and edge cases such as negative amounts and invalid dates. So additionally, I also worked on authentication, API test, and integration. And I wrote unit tests for user registration and login and password reset, ensuring that credentials are properly validated and hashed. So yeah, now I'll demonstrate the API integration with the database. So yeah, this is the registration API, the login API. So instead of using the username and the password every time, so we are using a token here.
For security purposes. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And this is the transaction API. Yeah, here you can see the transaction has been created successfully. And let us check in the database. And you can see the transaction 19 of the MACD that has been replicated here. And we'll test the delete API. Yeah, you can see the transaction has been deleted successfully. And you can see the timestamp here at the time it has been deleted. Yeah, and Shribya, would you like to demonstrate, or would like me to demonstrate your
Yeah,
API?
please go ahead and demonstrate mine as well. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so this is creating a budget. This API is creating for budgets. I assigned a budget for each category, and I've assigned duration as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like the token was expired. Can you please create like a new token and try? Let's
Yes.
use the other token.
Yeah, I've just created the new token. I'll run it again.
Okay. We're starting with the login again, and you're exporting the new token.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're testing the budgets API for creating a new category and adding the budget for that category.
And yeah, you can see.
The budget has been successfully created, and if we go to our budget categories table, budgets table, I'm sorry. Uh, we can see that the for user ID 1 and category ID 3, there is a limit on this category, and we have the start date and date created it and deleted it for soft delete operations. And in the categories table as well, for there is for user ID 1, category ID 3, there is entertainment and yeah. Okay, now we'll show the unit test cases.
Yeah, so I'm running the unit test cases. So here you can see the test cases that we have written. So for each API, so for the register handler, we have written the four test cases for the duplicate username and the invalid request data and the successful registration. And for the test login handler, we have got four test cases. And for the test login handler and the creating budget, test create budget, and there is for the deletion and for the update.
Yeah. For
So
budgets
yeah,
and categories also, we create, fetch and delete categories.
for the transactions
Unit
also.
test cases have been created.
Yeah, that is it. Thank
Mm.
you.
Yeah, this is our demo. Thank you.